Hi everybody, welcome to Monday Morning Manifestation. I'm your coach Elizabeth. Got my coffee, so we're ready to go with this week's topic, which is being selfish. So most of the time when you think of somebody who's selfish or the act of being selfish, it has a negative connotation. And you're right most of the time. But there are instances in our lives where we have to be selfish. And the reason that we need to be selfish is because you're the only one that can see your dream becoming a reality. You're the only one that can make it happen. And by making your dream a reality, you're being a model to everyone else around you. So whether that's your kids or your coworkers or other family members, they are going to feel inspired to chase their dreams by seeing you seeking out your dreams. And in order to fulfill dreams, you have to be selfish. There's no way around it. And this is something that I've had to learn when launching my coaching business and feeling compelled to do things like these videos. I had to obviously sacrifice some time that I would have spent just on myself and with my family. So this is really hard. Last night I was working really late on something and I accidentally pressed delete. We've all been there, right? You've been working on a spreadsheet, you've been writing something, something happens, and it's like slow motion. You accidentally delete it and you have a panic attack, right? A total moment of crisis. So I had one of these last night, and my loving husband Ryan was on the road for work, and my two young daughters were behind me eating some vegan mac and cheese that I slapped together for them, and they saw me have a complete meltdown. I lost my shit. I just started sobbing. My husband called right in the middle of it and I think was a little bit scared, like what was happening. And my sweet 6-year-old Delilah came up and tried to make it better and give me a hug, to which I immediately explained to her that it's not her job to make mommy feel better, and I'm trying to take any kind of action or guilt away from her. But I realized that I had totally been depleting my resources, right? You know that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup? My cup was so empty, it was the Sahara. It had dried up weeks ago. And I realized that I wasn't being selfish for myself. All the time that I felt like I was being selfish for my business was different than focusing on what Elizabeth needs to feel good and what I needed to just be sane and to be able to move forward. So even though it wasn't a pretty scene last night and I might have made, a High West and water afterwards, that's a really great bourbon if you guys haven't tried it yet. I felt like it was a wake-up call that even though I already feel like I'm being selfish, I need to be a little bit more selfish. And I need to do things that make me feel good, like going for a run or showering, or things like that I had neglected to do because I was kids work. But it was a wake-up call. And I realized that in order for me to be a good role model for them and not be a puddle when my husband gets home from his draining business trip, then I needed to spend some time on me. So I just want to leave you guys with that this week. It may feel really hard to proudly be selfish, but try to do it sometime this week. Do something that's only going to benefit you. It's not going to benefit your company, your boss, your kids, your spouse, your family members. It feels great to do things for other people too, but at some point, there's nothing left in your cup to give if you don't refill it with things that bring you joy and make you feel good and bring you happiness. So that's my tip for the week. Be a little bit selfish this week. I guarantee you feel better on Friday if you do. Have a great week. I love you, and I'll see you next Monday.